Your words, your actions. You just seemed
Also,
off.
was a walk.
Was a walk.
I'm watching you on Palantir right now.
I don't
The fact that I
understand.
the world of Israel supporters.
Y'all. For real, like, what? You didn't say nothing. Wait, oh my brother.
You want the was a walk or no?
Chase is communicating via
What what is so confusing about what I said?
No, but you're just saying things. Like you're not.
That's how conversations work, Dawson.
No,
You
but
just
no,
say
but
stuff.
no, we're all in here.
That's not
We're
how
all in
conversations-
here.
You're just stringing together non sequiturs.
There's not non sequiturs. I asked if we were live on YouTube, and then Tay said no, and then I said, "Oh, also, Tel Aviv sponsored the Royals game, which is why they won." That's just what do you mean?
No,
You
but
didn't
that's
say
not
oh,
like
also.
that's,
You
there,
did not say
there's
oh,
no
also.
connection
You just
between
said
I
that.
did. I said also. It's the first word of that sentence.
You didn't say
What are we
oh,
talking
also.
about?
No, you said oh also. You didn't say oh.
Oh my God! I didn't say one word. Ooh, it's so hard to understand a strain of thought. Oh my God! Shut up, bro.
Why is he so mad? Why is he so mad?
Ah.
What is that?
That was the easiest layup line rage bait of my life.
He's gone, bro. What the hell? What was that?
That was all live on the YouTube.
I was about to say. Get that screen. Come on, bro. Welcome to the Dark Horse Slugging Association. I'm your host, Dawson, here with my co-host.
Benjamin
Benjamin has arrived. How do we feel about this Dreamboat Fall Out Boys matchup?
You know, this game has, ironically enough, some pretty big implications on the standings in the Chill Guys Conference and in the League Conference entirely. The Fall Out Boys are coming off of a really boring, not really enthusing game against... Who did they play? I'm so tired. Against the Golden Blocks, who we just saw get handed to by the Mayhem. But if they win, no matter what, no matter how much they win by, they take first place in the Chill Guys Conference and will be second in the league. Even though it's early, that's still something to be proud of, a 2-0 start. Meanwhile, on the other side over here, Dreamboat, they're trying to get in the win column. They had a heartbreaking loss against the Jazz last game. They had that game won, and King K. Rool had other plans, made it an 8-7 ball game, and they basically led for 99% of that game. So they're looking to get a win here and kind of force a giant tie at 1-1 at top of the Chill Guys Conference.
I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Dreamboat's the most. I mean, coming into this week was probably the 0-1 team that you felt best about, especially after the way they lost to that Jazz team. I mean, it took a superstar performance from King K. Rool to drag Jazz kicking and screaming over Dreamboat, who really had a phenomenal game, just really couldn't get those final 3 outs in the top of the 7th inning. So, I mean, it's really hard to really fault a team that's able to hold Jazz back the way they did. Just couldn't quite get it done. But, I mean, I think there's a lot to like about this team, especially entering into this matchup, which is it's hard to call it exciting whenever the Fallout Boys beat the Golden Blocks 2-0. But
yeah, it's like we have two teams here. One's coming off a win and one's coming off a loss, and yet you feel way more confident in the team that's coming off a loss than a team that's coming off a win. And again, it all goes down to who they played last week. Again, Dreamboat's coming off a win against one of the contenders for the title, and again, they lost by 1 run thanks to a 3 home run performance by King K. Rool. Meanwhile, the Fallout Boys are coming off a 2-0 win where it seemed like the only hit was that home run to give them a 2-0 lead against the Golden Blocks, who picked their team by spinning a wheel. So really, that's where this all comes down to. I mean, if you look at the favorite, Dreamboat, only one person voted for the Fallout Boys to win this game. It was 7-1. So Dreamboat, I think, the heaviest favorite out of all the games today.
It's hard to be super excited about a team that fields Peach, Toadette, Toadsworth, at least if you're looking offensively, just with the really lackluster offense that they bring. And you got 4 me's on a roster, and then you get into your bros, and the way that they're building their team, they're only ever going to star one of the bros at a time. You wonder what game they're going to sacrifice to get both bros firing at the same time, or if they'll even bother doing it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you've got to just find a game that you feel like you have no hope in winning. Perhaps maybe Jazz next week, and then just go to the 2 bros scenario. So suddenly you're looking at week 4, 6, 8, and 10, and you've got double bro starred through the duration. But hey, the GM is running his team, the coaches of this organization, they have a plan. They started 1-0. At this point, you can't really fault them until they lose a game. So we'll just have to see if they hit the brick wall that is this Dreamboat team when it gets hot.
Now, one thing that is very, very unfortunate, and I speak as a watcher of that Jazz Dreamboat game last week, the chem in this outfield and the way this outfield played against the Jazz, because GM Benjamin, he was saying, that game honestly might have been, with a different outfield, that game might have been a wash for the Jazz, right? An automatic win. These 3 in the outfield, right? The 2 Green Me's and Green Toad stole, I believe, 3 or 4 home runs against the Jazz. They robbed a whole bunch of home runs and going over. So just because we have one of the bros starred doesn't mean that's going to be guaranteed over the wall. This outfield is going to try to stop it, and that is a nightmare for the Fallout Boys.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see if Hammer or Fire Bro will be stopped to that same degree with, I don't even think it's really arguable with hitters that are less quality. But headed to Daisy Cruiser, anything can happen. Not necessarily our most chaotic map, but certainly chaotic enough as we head down to the field. And leading off is this Fallout Boys offense. We'll see if Dreamboat's going to be able to hold it down as Mike Toad takes the mound.
Gonna be Toadette getting us started today.
Little Toad on Toad action, if you can officially call it that. If you'll give Mike Toad status. Kind of like the weird uncle kind of a situation, but.
And Peach, she's been called the worst captain in the league. And so far, no announcer jinx that time. She is going to get out very quickly.
It's tough.
Very opportune timing. I think Peach might have heard me and lived up to her name.
Usually she comes?
I said, here comes
my
Hammer
bad.
Bro.
And start Hammer Bro, just slapping it to the outfield. So setting up maybe Fire Bro, getting something done here.
He was the hero of last week. Let's see what he can do here. And you know, one thing I forgot to mention, Dreamboat coming back to the map that gave them their first loss. You kind of want to see how they react here, knowing how things work at Daisy Cruiser after that loss last game.
So they didn't get a choice. So, you know, that might be a little scary for them as Green Shy Guy making a great play. I didn't even think he had a chance for that one.
Didn't get a choice last week either. But they know what this map is all about now. But it's 3 outs very quickly.
They finally get to go home in week 3, get to host Mayhem. I was going to say, if they were away again, I think if they lose this game, I think you're going to see this field banned for the rest of time for this Dreamboat team.
Hammer Bro mistimes his jump there, and they're going to get on base to start this off. That's Reed getting on base as Green Toad comes up to bat. Fire Bro, Hammer Bro, double play there.
Decides not to opt for the magic catch. Wise decision, is an easy double play there.
And here comes the Pianta. Yellow Pianta. That's 2 strikes right down the middle. That falls right in between the Bros. And Yellow Pianta makes it to first.
That'll drop. You would have liked to see a little more power out of your Brown Critter, but he sets up Bastion with an opportunity to try to drive somebody in here. Look at that grin. He's cheesing here under the lights. A debut season for him. Oh, crazy bounce.
He's not going to get anything there.
Oh, look at the Hammer Bro hitting a jig after making the throw. Oh my gosh, what is happening to the boat?
Oh my God,
what is that?
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so scared.
That? Oh my, the whole boat is turning. I don't even know how we can keep commentating a game with this.
Oh my God.
He's just standing there menacingly. I don't know how the players are still. I don't know how Lakitu is letting this game go on with a giant fucking squid on the side of the boat.
It looks like the squid is very intrigued by this matchup. He's just sitting there watching as Green Shy Guy gets belted. And the runner advances to first. Here comes Brandon. And Brandon hits one deep.
I just don't understand how these batters could just...
He hits Tate a second. You know, these batters know what this field is about.
Intercepts Kalahar. They're starting to get something going, and it takes the invasion of a giant squid. Is that a name tag? Does that say Herman on it?
Yeah, his name is Herman.
And
a double play there. So the Mees are actually doing well. The 3 back-to-back Mees were doing pretty well, but that double play, and there goes Herman. He's going to just go straight down in the water.
Does that not horrify you that we're in the middle of the ocean right now? And in the comment, we got helicoptered into this game, by the way, and that there's just a squid has ominously grabbed the boat.
Could be worse. Could be an iceberg out there. There's a historical precedent for that. As Mike Toad hits a double.
I'm pretty sure one of these boats is. I believe this is Daisy Cruiser 2, if I'm not mistaken. I know I'm hearing some things in the GM box, but yes, I will say the rumors are true. I did take a tumble immediately following last week's games. I had a little bit too much fun off of the happy hour at Little BJ's afterwards, and actually fell on my way down into Rosalina's and have a slight concussion, but we're powering through, so a lot of the knowledge has slipped my mind.
Green Shy Guy up. No outs, runners on first and third.
Yeah, thanks, Benjamin. I'm doing good. A big error, and Brandon.
Brandon is dead. But that gets him home. That gets Mike Toad home, and they take the lead.
So that'll be a sacrifice hit. So no at bat there for Green Shy Guys. Bards will step up.
But Dreamboat takes the lead, and another error from Fire Bro.
But it won't matter, so the error won't get counted on that one, certainly with the out anyway, but they're just kind of in their own way right now.
Yeah, it's 1-0. They can really extend this lead, but they're not able to stop shooting themselves in the foot. As Reed hits it straight to Skylar, and it'll end the second inning at 1-0.
So in steps Old Man Toadsworth in the bottom of this lineup. He's charging up.
He's charging up.
The old man strength
the old
coming in.
man. He gets to first.
The bombs have been all causing chaos in this game.
We're back to the top with Toadette here.
How do they even let bombs be used on the boat? That's my question.
No clue, you know.
Got some titanium floorboards. It looks like wood, but it's just paint. Deck boards.
That was quick.
Green Shy Guy showing why he's Clutch Player of the Year. Oh, there's Herman. I guess he's... Oh, okay.
He's back again. I'm sorry, Herman. I get it. You're going to watch the game.
Yeah, we can't get a good enough view, I guess.
Green Toad comes up, hits it to Toadette, and he gets on first base.
I feel like we had a conversation about toads and pronouns. As Yellow Piazza steps up to bunt.
Well, my thing is Toadette is very specifically et. Toadette. You can't just add that to your name and then go, you know.
Are you telling me that they can't, because their name
so have you ever met anyone... So let me ask you this. If your friend decided to come out as transgender, and they decided to you know, transition from male to female, and their name was like, you know, let's say their name was William beforehand, and when they transitioned to female, they chose the name Rodney. Would you have some questions about that?
You know what? I think my response would be, that's a deep drive by Hammer Bro as he goes over the wall for a home run. A deep drive by Hammer Bro. I was hoping to time it up just right.
Beautiful play there.
Not even close. They tried to rob that. Is that the big equalizer in the top of the fourth?
And the Fallout Boys are back.
Were they ever really gone?
Well, it was 1-0, and we saw them score 2. Oh! There's Fire Bro. He was a hero last week.
Oh, he's going to be a hero again.
Is this one gone?
Oh,
Nothing! The buddy play doesn't get there, and it's 2-1 back-to-back homers.
That fish coming in absolute clutch there is... The right fielder was on a mission. It looked like Barnes was going to get there.
You know, if you're a Jazz fan, you got to be a bit annoyed by that. Not once did you see that on any of those stolen homers. But back-to-back there, and it's 2-1.
Well, that's the scary part of the lineup. Now you just kind of are... It feels like you're almost snoozing through the rest of this lineup until they come back up again. Oh, maybe not. It's... Tay gets a hold of that one, but... Despite the very late item usage, Barnes is able to track it down.
I have news, and I will say this much. Let me make sure here. One sec. Even though we had the conversations about the Toads.
Oh, no.
Toadette is a she. I was right.
Fork has been found in Brown Critter's glove as he makes an excellent diving catch there. It looks like Mike Toad's getting a little frustrated on the mound, despite the 2 homers. I mean, he's pitched a pretty good game otherwise.
But that's kind of... that's gonna happen, right? You're gonna get frustrated. You pitch 3 really good innings and then 2 back-to-back homers. There's not a lot of pitchers who are gonna sit there and stay calm after giving 2 back-to-back homers.
Well, a great play by Brandon. We don't call that out often, but Brandon with a great play out there in right field. I thought Bastion had made good contact on that. But Mike Total did the exact same thing, but just for a single instead of an out. And Broomstick Birdo started this one. Need to see something from her here. Oh, with a bad angle.
The item.
A bad angle by Brandon. Oh, and a very fast throw in. Keep that Mike Toad on third as Green Shy Guy will step in with 1 out. Charging up. And that's to the wall.
Mike Toad gonna get home now, and it's tied up.
And he stands on second. Wow.
Birdo to third, Green Shy Guy to second.
That star showing why it's useful to have. That's a Dog of the Year candidate right there. For good reason.
As Barnes comes up.
That's a good
Possibly to
opportunity.
take this lead.
Break it open. Nothing breaking on that pitch.
And good play from Fire Bro, and he ends the inning.
These bros really like hitting a jig.
They really
whenever
do.
they
They're
make a
hitting the
play.
remotes.
I'm glad that
Herman.
I feel like these magnetic cup holders, I didn't realize why we had them here, but it makes sense now. Oh, no way.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it's going to land short. Oh, my goodness. Would that have been a story? Oh, my goodness. Toadette up next.
He actually hit it the wrong direction. If he hits that, pulls that ball, that's probably over the fence as Brown Critter makes
Well,
an
if he
amazing
pulls that ball,
play.
Brown Critter's going to stop it, apparently.
I mean, I think he's dying foul fly balls, but hey, look.
Here comes Peach.
She didn't like that one right down the
Didn't
middle.
like it right down the middle.
Yeah.
Like that one down the middle, and she hits it to her best friend so far this game, Green Shy Guy, and it stays tied at 2 going into the bottom of the 5th.
So you hear all the stories about Peach and Bowser. You think Peach and Green Shy Guy have something going on?
There's Peach and Bowser. What?
And into King Reed steps up and big
What are you
whiff
talking
on
about?
Skylar's
What are you talking
pitch.
about, bro?
And that'll get in for a
Hey,
single.
hey, address me, twin. Like- Green Toad up the bat.
That will get down, but pretty bad base running by Reed not to recognize it immediately. But the scary part of this lineup and Yellow Pianta and Brown Critter coming in trying to make an impact here in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, and make an impact they will as that ball goes flying, but
It's gonna
that
be out to the
outfield just-
knees. It's
Oh.
out. Toadette makes a clutch grab there.
Absolutely. They seem to be ready for that, for Piazza to get a hold of that one. I mean, it felt like they were already there the moment that ball was in the air.
Yeah, they were ready. They got there. It looked like Kalahar really hauled ass to get there. And sure enough,
Absolutely. Well,
Brown Critter comes up.
if one batter can't do it, the next will try. Oh, I
He
thought
looks
that
that one
changeup.
off.
Oh,
Nice
We like
hit
that one
there, but
better.
right over Fire Bro.
Toad's got the speed.
Brandon.
No, he
Toad's gonna
doesn't.
stay at third.
So Bastion again with an opportunity to try to take a lead here.
Misses on that one.
Star. Oh,
Or
no.
hit the item. Green Toad gets home. Brown Critter gets home, and it's a 4-2 game for Dreamboat.
Feels like the wheels are starting to come off for this Fallout Boys team here. And their Skylar getting hurt, getting really tired out there. Just don't let Boomstick Birdo come back up with a chance to score even more.
Exactly. And this is a team that really can't hit outside. of Boomerang Bro and Fire Bro, and that is clutch there from Toadette working through the item. So now, honestly, if you are Fallout Boys here, you really have to get at least one right here, because it's going to be really hard to get two. Well, I stand corrected looking at who's batting up here, so let's see what happens.
Well, you're probably not going to see these two batters come up again, as Mike Toad's trying to throw some heat, throw it off a little bit. Comes with the heat again, but Hammer Bro's ready for it.
He gets there, so let's see if Fire Bro, as Mike Toad's getting tired, they're going to keep him out there. Let's see if Fire Bro can do something with that.
Oh, when he makes good contact, that ball's flying.
There's no chem out there. Oh! It barely dies right in front of the wall.
And there goes Mike Toad. So Birdo with a save opportunity here in this one.
If that
really
goes two
good
more
pitching.
feet, that's a home run. And the sucky comes out.
This is one of the scariest pitchers because of that pitch.
Sexy play there from Brown Critter. That's 2 outs. Things are looking dire.
Brown Critter, sexy play. Absolutely what you love to see out there.
That there is a beamer. He's going to get... Going to get there. He gets Hammer Bro home, and so it's 4-3. That's what you needed, at least one, to kind of cushion that blow so you're not struggling going into that 7th inning.
All right, you asked, delivered. See if Brandon's going to be able to keep it going as we're into the me-heavy part of this lineup.
Brandon, great play from Green Shy Guy.
Absolutely. That's his 8th out of the game. Absolutely putting on a clinic today.
So now if you are Dreamboat, you want to see yourself, honestly, all you need is 1. But 2 would probably ice it. Birdo's charging up. And he goes right in between the bros. Toadette barely avoids the fire. Birdo gets to first base. And Skylar getting a bit tired here. He's been pitching the whole game. But the hitting has been so lackluster, it hasn't really affected him.
Wow!
Oh, what a play from Brandon! The fire in his face. He gets enough heat to get Green Shy Guy at first. Birdo advances to second.
Unreal.
Brandon taking it right now.
Birdo waffling in that field out there. Don't test Fire Bro. He's got a cannon over there.
Here comes Reed.
Really need to score Birdo in from second. And that'll do it.
They're going to pull him. Oh God. It's Peach. But it's not going to matter, and so Fall Out Boy's going to get a chance here. They're going to get a chance to try to push this to extras. All they need is 1. But 1, mathematically, is 20% of their entire offensive output this year. Well, excuse me, about 16%. As Kalahar immediately gets out.
That's Green Shy Guy again working here for his 9th out of the game.
You can't throw the sucky at the old man. That's just elder abuse. And this will do it here. This is the last one. Toadette needs to do something to try to extend this game. That won't do it. That'll be it.
An absolutely brutal way to end this game.
Really is. And this right here, if you're Dreamboat, you're probably not happy with this performance, but you're happy you got to win. 4-3 is your final in favor of the Dreamboat. And it's, of course, Green Shy Guy with an amazing performance in the infield today. As you put, what is it, 8 outs?
9 to finish it. 3 sexy plays, 9 outs. 2 RBIs.
Play.
Really went to town, really put BTA in what ended up being a really, actually exciting game here. As it really came down to the wire.
It really did. Looking at this scorecard again, and this is kind of similar to what we saw.
brutal.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what we saw last game with the Fallout Boys. You really only have 2 players. That's it. You have the Fire Bro and you have the Hammer Bro. And the Hammer Bro put up 70 for you. He did pretty well, all things considered. And Toadette dropped the mean 40. And Tyler, even though he pitched 6 innings, 0. Absolutely nothing going. But this is brutal. Again, it's the second game in a row where I can say you look at this and you're probably thinking this team lost by a lot. They only lost by 1 run.
I mean, I think you just have to kind of say kudos that your defense is so good to keep you in games like this. That really this isn't that bad of a field choice. It just you went up against just a better infield defense. It just
This is
let's go.
This is also yucky. This is 70 is enough to get you MVP. You know, I'll say this. I think this is a pretty weak for MVPs, to be quite honest with you. 70, get the 70 is the second lowest MVP score of the week. Second lowest.
I gotta also take a mention that did Green Shy Guy get starred?
No, he did not.
I can't tell.
It doesn't. It does.
He did. Yes, he did.
He did. Okay, just making
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I needed to make sure because if he didn't and he still put up a performance like that, wow.
But he did really good in the infield. I'm surprised that three sexy plays and 9 outs only gets you 30 for fielding. But he played an excellent game. Kind of put the team on his back in this one because hitting wasn't necessarily there. But again, a win is a win.
You certainly can't complain about it, even a little bit. So, but as we conclude this one, any final thoughts as we look on to week 3 and as the season continues?
Not really. I mean, it's just the same with the Fallout Boys. The Fallout Boys honestly need to be looking for some sort of trade to try to build around the Hammer Bros because thus far they've put up 2 runs in a win and 3 runs in a loss. 5 runs isn't really going to win you games. 5 runs over 2 games. Not at all.
Well, I mean, the history of the Fallout Boys will tell you that they live and die by the close games. I mean, they ended up right there winning a semifinals berth coming off of those really close games. So if you just can find a way to get more of them to swing your direction, I think that you could be seeing a team that elevates out of the wild card into contender status. So, but with that being said, I think that does it for us here as our helicopter's flying in and we're going to be off the boat shortly. I've been Dawson.
And I've been Benjamin.
With that, we will see you next time.